There comes a moment in every soul's journey when the chains of limitation finally shatter, when the fog of confusion lifts, and when you step completely and unapologetically into the fullness of who you were always meant to be. That moment has arrived for you. You have finally, definitively reclaimed your personal power, stepping boldly and fearlessly into your authentic strength while simultaneously releasing yourself from the suffocating grip of low vibrational energy that once held you captive. This transformation you have undergone is not merely significant, it is nothing short of revolutionary. It represents a complete metamorphosis of your very being, a profound shift that reverberates through every layer of existence. This awakening, this magnificent reclamation of your divine essence, has not gone unnoticed by the infinite intelligence of the universe, nor by the soul of your person who remains energetically tethered to your heart. The courageous journey you have embarked upon, walking the sacred path toward authentic self-love, deep healing, and exponential spiritual growth, has initiated what can only be described as a cosmic ripple effect that extends far beyond the boundaries of your individual experience. As you continue to rise, ascending into an increasingly empowered and awakened version of yourself, the transformative energy you have courageously released into the universal field is now serving as a beacon of light for your person. Like a lighthouse cutting through the darkness of a stormy night, your elevated consciousness is helping them navigate their way out of the treacherous karmic waters that had long held them in spiritual bondage. The very frequency of your growth is acting as a catalyst for their own awakening, inspiring them to courageously confront the shadowy aspects of their life that no longer serve their highest good and to reclaim the personal power they had unknowingly surrendered to circumstances, people, and situations that diminished their light. In this sacred space of separation, your person is experiencing something they have never felt quite so intensely before. Without the comforting presence of your energy, they find themselves feeling profoundly lost, emotionally powerless, and deeply, devastatingly unworthy. There is a heavy, almost tangible sense of absence that follows them like a shadow through every moment of their day, creating a void so vast and consuming that they can no longer ignore its presence or pretend it doesn't affect every aspect of their existence. They can feel you pulling away, sense you moving forward in your life with purpose and intention, focusing your precious energy on your own healing, happiness, and spiritual evolution. And this energetic distance, this conscious choice you have made to prioritize your own growth, is having the most profound and transformative effect imaginable on their consciousness. The space you have created is making them realize, perhaps for the first time in their life, just how much your presence truly meant to them. They are beginning to understand how far they have fallen from the sacred connection that once grounded them, centered them, and made them feel whole. It is a painful but necessary awakening, one that strips away all pretense and forces them to confront the reality of what they have lost through their own choices and actions. There is a beautiful irony unfolding in this cosmic dance of separation and attraction. The more you pull away, stepping back into your own power and focusing on your own journey, the more magnetically drawn they become to your energy. This is not the result of any manipulation or game playing on your part. Rather, your detachment is genuinely magnetizing because it reflects an unshakable truth that resonates in the deepest chambers of their soul. You are no longer willing to be tied to anything, anyone, or any situation that does not fully honor your inherent worth and divine value. Your person is slowly but surely beginning to understand that the emotional breadcrumbs they once offered you, those small gestures and half-hearted attempts at connection, are no longer enough to satisfy the magnificent being you have become. You have outgrown the uncertainty that once plagued your heart, moved beyond the false starts that left you disappointed and questioning your worth, and transcended the need for emotional crumbs when you know you deserve a feast of authentic love and genuine commitment. This transformation you have undergone is nothing short of powerful and inspiring. You are not merely letting go of what no longer serves you, you are rising, ascending, evolving into a more magnificent version of yourself with each passing day. You are breaking free from all forms of toxicity, refusing to entertain half-hearted efforts or emotionally unavailable energy that drains your light and diminishes your power. You are no longer willing to accept anything less than the deep, authentic, soul-stirring love you know you deserve. This profound awakening and reclamation of your power is sending a crystal-clear message reverberating through the universe and directly into the consciousness of your person. The message is simple yet revolutionary. You know your worth, you honor your value, and you are no longer available for anything that falls short of what your beautiful soul deserves. This dramatic shift in your energy and consciousness has ignited something powerful within your person's heart and soul. They are beginning to recognize, with growing urgency and clarity, that if they do not make a move, not just any move, but a real, sincere, and timely gesture of love and commitment, they may lose you forever. This fear, this very real possibility of permanent loss, is beginning to outweigh the illusions, distractions, and self-imposed limitations that have kept them stuck in patterns that do not serve their highest good. The realization is dawning on them that what you shared was not ordinary, not replaceable, not something that comes along every day or even every lifetime. They are beginning to crave your presence with an intensity that surprises even them, not just your physical presence, but your emotional and spiritual essence. They long for the deep soul connection that only you can provide, the understanding and acceptance that flows so naturally between your hearts when you are aligned and open to each other. They want desperately to come forward, to break through the barriers they have created, not only to express the profound longing that consumes their thoughts both day and night, but to reveal the true depth of the love they feel for you. This is a love they are finally beginning to understand is pure, profound, and eternal, a love that transcends the temporary circumstances and challenges that have created distance between you. They want to share with you the truth they have been holding back, often out of fear, uncertainty, or misguided pride. The truth that their heart has never stopped beating in rhythm with yours, that the connection they feel when they think of you is unlike anything they have ever experienced or ever will experience with another soul. They are coming to understand that what exists between you is rare, precious, and divinely orchestrated. At this very moment, as the universe conspires to bring about the highest good for both of your souls, they find themselves on an accelerated path of healing and spiritual awakening. The infinite wisdom of the cosmos is guiding them through an intricate web of signs, synchronicities, and divine interventions, gently but persistently nudging them toward inner alignment and spiritual awakening. These are not coincidences but sacred messages designed to help them remember who they truly are and what truly matters in this lifetime. They are starting to see the bigger picture with unprecedented clarity, recognizing that this journey they have been on, this period of separation, growth, and awakening, is not just about romance or earthly love. It represents something far more significant: spiritual evolution, soul growth, and the expansion of consciousness that comes when two people are meant to heal together, grow together, and love at the deepest possible level. They are becoming increasingly attuned to the concept of divine timing, beginning to understand that everything happens for a reason and in perfect accordance with cosmic intelligence. They are learning to trust the lessons they were meant to learn during this period of separation, and they are finally beginning to grasp the profound truth of your connection, that it exists on a level that transcends the physical realm and touches the very essence of who you both are as divine beings. However, even as they move forward on this path of healing and awakening, there remains a lingering sense of anxiety that permeates their consciousness. This anxiety stems from their deep desire to speak with you, to break the silence that has stretched between you like an ocean of unspoken words and unfelt emotions. They long to bridge the gap that has formed, to reconnect in a way that honors the growth you have both experienced during this time apart. The weight of everything that remains unspoken is pressing heavily on their heart and mind, creating a sense of urgency that grows stronger with each passing day. They are coming to understand that only complete honesty and vulnerable authenticity can clear the air between you, that only by speaking their truth and opening their heart completely can they hope to rebuild the beautiful connection that once brought so much joy and meaning to both of your lives. they have finally begun the courageous work of moving on from their karmic cycle, whatever form that may have taken in their life. Whether it was a relationship that no longer served their growth, a destructive pattern that kept them stuck in limitation, a limiting belief that prevented them from embracing love fully, or a deep-seated fear that kept them from taking risks and opening their heart, they are actively working to release these attachments and heal these wounds. In the process of releasing these karmic ties, they are finally able to see how toxic and draining that cycle truly was. They can now recognize how these patterns, relationships, and beliefs were slowly but surely depleting their energy, dimming their light, and preventing them from stepping into their full potential. By courageously choosing to release these attachments, they are creating space for something entirely new, something authentic and real and life-giving to enter their experience. Through this process of healing and release, they are coming to understand a profound truth that has always existed but was previously hidden from their awareness. They now realize that nothing, absolutely nothing, can break the sacred soul bond that connects your heart to theirs. No amount of physical distance, no length of delay, no past mistake or moment of weakness has the power to sever what is divinely guided and spiritually protected by the highest forces in the universe. The connection between you is sacred, holy, and eternal, and they are finally beginning to honor this truth with the reverence and respect it deserves. They are recognizing that what you share transcends the ordinary realm of human relationships and touches something infinite, something that existed before you met in this lifetime and will continue to exist long after your earthly journey together is complete. What once felt like an ending, a conclusion to a beautiful but perhaps impossible dream, is now revealing itself as a sacred beginning. This new chapter of your shared journey is no longer about holding on out of fear, desperation, or attachment to outcomes. Instead, it represents the conscious choice to embrace love from a place of empowerment, wisdom, and spiritual maturity. The separation you have experienced, the silence that has stretched between you, and even the sorrow that has touched both of your hearts has served a divine purpose. These challenging experiences have acted as a cosmic clearing system, sweeping away everything that was false, superficial, or built on shaky foundations, and making space for a deeper, more authentic, and more sustainable union to emerge. Your personal growth and spiritual evolution have served as the catalyst for their transformation, and their healing journey is now bringing them closer to you in a way that is aligned with divine will, intentional in its purpose, and grounded in spiritual truth rather than ego-driven desires or temporary attractions. You are both being guided, separately and together, by forces greater than your individual understanding, toward a reunion that transcends anything you have previously experienced. This is not just about coming together as lovers or romantic partners, but about uniting as two whole, awakened, and spiritually evolved individuals who can create something beautiful and meaningful together while maintaining their individual sovereignty and personal power. The universe is actively orchestrating this reunion behind the scenes, weaving together circumstances, opportunities, and synchronicities that will create the perfect conditions for your hearts to reconnect. However, it is crucial to understand that it is your individual inner work, your commitment to personal healing and spiritual growth, that has made this divine orchestration possible. As you continue to stand firmly in your power, following the guidance of your inner wisdom and staying true to your authentic path, trust completely that what is meant for you is aligning itself behind the scenes in ways you may not yet be able to see or understand. Have faith that the universe is working on your behalf, creating opportunities for love, healing, and reunion that are in perfect alignment with your highest good. Your person is not the same individual they once were when you first connected. They have been transformed by this experience of separation and growth, just as you have been transformed by your own journey of awakening and empowerment. Neither of you are the same people you were when this story began, and that is exactly as it should be. This time, when you come together again, it will be about creating something entirely new, something built on the solid foundation of truth, authentic love, deep healing, and genuine mutual respect. It will be a union between two individuals who have done the work to know themselves, honor their worth, and show up as whole beings ready to create something beautiful together while maintaining their individual strength and sovereignty. Before your person encountered your beautiful soul, they were living their life much like countless others do every day, moving through the world without full awareness of their spiritual purpose or divine potential. On the surface, everything in their life seemed normal, perhaps even successful by conventional standards. They were functioning adequately, meeting expectations that had been placed upon them by society, family, or their own limited understanding of what life should look like. They followed routines they had unconsciously settled into without questioning whether these patterns truly served their soul's growth or brought them genuine fulfillment. Their days were filled with responsibilities they never thought to question, tasks they completed not because they brought joy or meaning, but because they felt obligated to meet the expectations of others. If someone presented them with a task or request, they would dutifully complete it, even when every fiber of their being resisted, even when it drained their energy and dimmed their natural light. They had grown accustomed to doing things they didn't enjoy simply because the people around them expected or wanted these things to be done. This pattern of people-pleasing and self-sacrifice had become so deeply ingrained that it felt like second nature to consistently put everyone else's needs, desires, and comfort before their own. Somewhere along the winding path of their life journey, they had developed an almost desperate need for external validation that governed many of their choices and actions. They found themselves trapped in an exhausting cycle, unable to escape the persistent feeling that they had to be perfect in the eyes of everyone around them in order to be worthy of love, respect, or acceptance. They wanted desperately to be seen as the strong one in every situation, the dependable person everyone could count on no matter what challenges arose, the individual who never faltered or showed weakness. In their mind, this unwavering strength and reliability was what gave a person value and made them worthy of love and respect from others. To maintain this image of perfection and strength, they made the painful decision to bury their authentic feelings deep inside their heart where no one could see them. Their doubts about their path, their profound sadness about the disconnection they felt from their true self, their bone-deep exhaustion from constantly performing for others, all of these genuine emotions were pushed down, suppressed, and hidden away as if they were shameful secrets that would make them less valuable as a human being. Day after day, they wore an elaborate mask, smiling when social situations demanded it, laughing at moments that seemed appropriate, carrying on conversations and fulfilling obligations as if everything inside their soul wasn't slowly unraveling, as if they weren't dying a little more each day from the disconnect between who they really were and who they felt they had to be for others. Even though their external life appeared full and successful, with responsibilities, relationships, and activities that kept them busy, they often felt incredibly and profoundly alone on the inside. Deep within their heart, they carried questions about life's meaning, about their authentic identity, about whether the path they were walking was truly their own or simply what others expected of them. But they kept these soul-deep questions locked away in the privacy of their own mind, afraid that voicing them would reveal weakness or uncertainty that would shatter the image of strength they had worked so hard to maintain. They worried constantly that if they started asking these questions out loud, they would discover they were the only ones struggling with such doubts, that everyone else around them had life figured out in ways they clearly did not. The fear that questioning their path would expose them as less strong, less capable, or less worthy than others believed them to be kept them trapped in silence. They convinced themselves that maintaining the facade was safer than risking the potential judgment or disappointment of others who had come to rely on their image of unwavering strength. So they continued moving through life, pushing forward with determination but without joy, ignoring the increasing emotional weight they carried like stones in their heart. They didn't even fully recognize how much authentic feeling and spiritual truth they had been suppressing until that suppression began to manifest as genuine emotional and even physical pain. The emotional anguish became so overwhelming at times that they felt like they might drown in it, yet they had no idea where to direct these feelings or how to process them in healthy ways. It was like carrying the weight of a silent storm inside their chest, a tempest that raged constantly but remained invisible to everyone around them.